Okay, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about how to model this 5-inch soft jaw for the Tormach Vices, and also how to modify it so it'll take Talon grips from Mighty Bite on the top. Stick around, it's going to be a hoot. So let's jump right into it. We're going to start with let's jump right into it. You're going to need the drawings. Here's the standard soft jaw and the Talon soft jaw in order to create these parts. So we're going to start with this basic soft jaw, and then we will add the Talon grip at the end. So to get started, we're going to go File, New, and we're going to start a sketch. It does help if you use a center justified rectangle. So we click on Rectangle and Center Justified, and we drag it out. And if we look at the drawing, it is 5.25 by 1.9. And then it gets extruded. So I'm going to press E on the keyboard, or I could hit Finish Sketch and extrude this to 0.8. Now we have this done. Now we're going to put in the slots so that they're reversible. And we are going to go start a sketch here. And I am going to draw a slot, center justified slot, and I'm just going to put one up, and then I'm going to do another center justified slot right over the top of that one. And I will show you why we do that in a minute. So I'm going to draw a line in construction from the origin, and I am going to bring it out to there, and I aligned it to the midpoint. That way when I horizontally constrain this, it will bring it in. Maybe it isn't aligned to the midpoint. Nope. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the midpoint of this line and the end of that together. Another way to fix it. So now we got to dimension these two different slots to the right size. And we are going to go dimension. And this first off, we're going to give the length of the slot, which is 0.375. And then the width, which we're doing in a radius, is 0.22. And the outer one is 0.36. Those are both radiuses. And then the last part we have to do is we need a dimension from the center to here. And that is 0.3125, which is the spacing of the Tormach Vice divided by 2. And we have it in the center, or we'll have it properly spaced. So now we're going to go E for extrude, and we're first going to extrude this a distance of all, and we are going to cut. So we may have to kind of force it to all. And now we lose that sketch, but if we go over here and we turn it on and we extrude it again, we can extrude this. Oops, we don't want to edit the sketch, I'm sorry. We want to extrude this to negative 0.45. Now we can turn off both of these sketches so that we have it. We actually don't need this second sketch. I'm going to delete it because it was a mistake. Now I'm going to mirror this onto that side. So I go to mirror. I choose features. I will choose the two features we're planning to mirror around that mirror plane, which you can select by picking this plane here, or I could have gone into the origin and picked the YZ plane and click OK. We're going to put some chamfers on, so I'm going to go in the four corners. And those chamfers are going to be 0.02. And then we are going to do a chamfer again on this surface and this back edge, which I'll have to select each one for, because I actually don't want chamfers on the back side of this. And this one is also 0.02. So now we have a fully completed soft jaw for ready for manufacturing. Now, if we wanted to go on and do the Talon grip soft jaw, where we add this groove and these holes in the top to take the Mighty Bite Talon grips I'm going to show that now. Okay, let's go ahead and add the Talon slot to the top of this. So we're going to start a sketch up here. It will be a rectangle, and I'm going to run it off the edges to be helpful, and then dimension it to 0.5. I am then going to make it collinear with the edge of the part on both sides. Now, I want to keep it in the center, and I want to make this drawing somewhat dynamic, meaning if I decide in the future to change the thickness of this jaw, it'll stay in the center. So I'm going to do an angled line from corner to corner, and then another one from corner to corner. Now, if I specify the midpoint of this line and this line, it'll always stay in the center, because as this expands, this will always stay in the center. So we're going to go ahead and extrude this to negative 0.15. And there is our groove. Oh, I forgot one thing, I'm sorry. So we have to go edit feature. I needed to grab these little edges right here because of projected geometry. And there we go. Now, we are going to start a sketch on this plane, and I am going to put a point in here. I am going to dimension that point by doing, once again, a line, and by going across like so and specifying that point is at the midpoint of this line. Once again, if I expand this groove, it will automatically keep it in the middle. So if I made these thicker jaws and put in a bigger Talon grip, then I could use the same file, at least for those dimensions. And then I'm going to dimension from that line to the center, which is 2.28. And now that is fully dimensioned, and I can go finish sketch, hole. I can select that point, and this is going to be a tapped hole with an offset thread. It will be a 1032, so 1032, and the depth of the hole is 0.35, and the depth of the thread is 0.3. And I click OK. And what that'll provide is a little bit of space at the bottom. Now we're going to linear pattern this across. So we're going to go linear pattern. I am going to select, once again, features, and I'll select that feature. The direction is that way. And I am going to go spacing and distance of 0.9. And it was 6 of them. And there we go. We have our pattern of holes. Our Talon grip is now, our Talon gripped Tormach Soft Jaw can now be added in. So how do we add that? We can go ahead and, for full effect, put in some Talon grips. So I need to save it, and I am going to save it to. So I'm going to save it Tormach 5-inch Soft Jaw into my Soft Jaws folder. And now it's saved. Now I can insert into current design. And there we go. I'm going to move it up out of the way right now so I can see it. And I am going to then go J for join. Oh, I should make a first step. I am going to ground this. There we go. Now I'm going to go J for join. And I can select the bottom of the hole and place it on the top of the hole and click OK. Now I'm going to highlight this right here, go Control Copy and Control Paste. I now have 2 of them. I'll move that one up a little bit more. I will go J for join on the keyboard and then click on the bottom of that and then select where I'd like it to go. Now, last thing I need to do is I want to insert in the bolts from McMaster Carr. They don't fit quite right, but I'm going to show you how to do it anyways. So we go insert screws. We want a flathead screw. We want a 1032 size. And we want them to be 1/2 inch long. This is the most basic one is what we need. We do view product. We set it to step and hit download. And there it is. We drag it up. J for join on the keyboard. Put that one right in the top of that. We can actually, if we wanted to, bring it up like 0.05. Oops, wrong direction. Probably negative point. Because that's how it probably actually look if we use this. And click OK. And then we can go, we need to go Control copy, Control paste. Drag that up. J for join. Select the top. Select the top. And negative 0.025 seems to work really well. So there is our Talon grips with our talons on there, ready to be mounted on our vise. So catch the next video, and I'm going to cover how to machine out the basic soft jaw as well as the Talon grips. Hope you learned something. Hope it was useful. We'll catch you in the next one.